When Blackpink debuted in 2016, they were quickly catapulted into global stardom. Praised for their edgy sound, luxury branding, and tight, dynamic performances. In less than a decade, the quartet, Jennie, Jisoo, Lisa, and Rosé, became synonymous with international K-pop success, breaking records and performing at Coachella, the VMAs, and even Hyde Park. However, as their latest and possibly final group tour, Deadline rolls out across major stadiums. Fans and critics alike are beginning to question whether the group has lost not only their edge, but also their interest in being a group at all. What should have been a triumphant return after nearly 3 years of group inactivity has instead sparked widespread disappointment. From lackluster choreography and logistical issues to an overwhelming focus on solo stages, Blackpink's Deadline tour is raising a singular question among even longtime fans. Is this still Blackpink, or just for soloists sharing a stage out of obligation? Blackpink's Deadline tours opened on July 5th in Goyang, South Korea. The event marked the group's first major concert since the Born Pink tour concluded in 2023 and was promoted as a celebration of their recent contract renewals with YG Entertainment, albeit only for group activities. Yet, rather than a revitalized comeback, the opening night immediately ignited backlash across fan communities. A widely circulated clip of the group performing Forever Young revealed visibly off-sync choreography and what fans described as phoned-in dancing. One commenter summed it up bluntly. "It's actually so embarrassing how little Blackpink cares about their stans. Why are they so out of sync and just throwing their hands about calling it dancing?" Fans who had previously excused the group's hiatus now find themselves reevaluating their loyalty. "I used to be a Blink until they went into their hiatus. I tuned in to their Born Pink album and only enjoyed 5 songs out of the 8. They're a girl group, but now they're just 4 girls in a group." Criticism hasn't been limited to the dancing. The group was also slammed for an apparent lack of passion. Some have speculated that Deadline may be a contractual farewell rather than an artistic rebirth. They just came together to say goodbye. Perhaps the most contentious issue lies in the setlist. Of the 25 total songs performed on opening night, a staggering 10 were solo stages, and only 1 new group track jump was introduced. The remaining 14 songs had already been performed during their Born Pink tours, some multiple times since their debut. Jisoo sang Earthquake and Your Love. Lisa performed New Woman and Rockstar. Jennie presented Ruby with the IE Way Up, and like Jennie, and Rosé delivered 3 AM Toxic Till the End, and a PT. The 14 songs from previous tours included fan favorites like Kill This Love, Pink Venom, How You Like That, Whistle, and Lovesick Girls. In addition, fans were treated to a preview of their new unreleased group song titled Jump, which was performed live for the first time. While solo stages are typical in K-pop concerts, 40% of a group's setlist being composed of solo material, especially after years of inactivity, feels excessive to many. Couldn't they have just limited it to 1, maybe 2 solo performances per member, and filled the rest with other Blackpink songs? Some fans speculate that the over-reliance on solo material is not merely artistic, it's practical. The solo songs are what the members have performed consistently at solo events, brand showcases, and festivals like Coachella, one fan noted. "I can't help but wonder if they just didn't have the time to prep and rehearse additional group performances. So they leaned into solo stages they were already comfortable with." The problems weren't just artistic. Attendees at the Goyang show reported significant logistical issues, including zero-view ticketing seats that provided no visibility of the stage. YG Entertainment later acknowledged the problem and apologized, but not before fans demanded refunds and accused the company of careless planning. Other incidents during the tour's opening night also generated controversy. In one viral video, Jennie appears to shout at a staff member to tie her boots mid-show. Critics questioned whether such behavior reflected deeper entitlement issues. While others attributed it to stress or performance fatigue, "Can't she do it herself?" asked one viewer. Was there a hidden camera or something? Lisa, meanwhile, was seen throwing a fan's plush gift back into the crowd after it was tossed on stage, an action that divided opinion. Some believed she was justified for safety reasons, while others saw it as a disrespectful gesture toward the fanbase that continues to support the group, despite mounting frustrations. Beyond the stage, there has been almost no coordinated promotion for the Deadline tour, or the group's new song. There was no formal press rollout for Jump, no group lookbook, and no interviews or promo content featuring all 4 members together. Even fans attending solo shows were reportedly discouraged from bringing Blackpink lightsticks, an odd choice for a group that continues to market itself under the Blackpink name. You know how many idols have gone solo and still appreciate seeing their group's lightsticks? One user wrote, but they don't even want to be associated with the group. This perception of disunity is worsened by a repeated pattern noted by longtime fans. Jennie raps, Lisa raps, beat change, Rose on the pre-chorus. Jisoo on the second half of the pre-chorus, rinse and repeat. Even their group comeback song Jump was barely teased, with no live vocals and choreography that some described as uninspired. Perhaps the most damning criticism comes not from haters, but from former fans. Several ex-Blinks voiced frustration over Blackpink, continuing to dominate global stages, while smaller, lesser-known K-pop groups work tirelessly, without the same recognition or opportunity. The only thing that angers me is the way they're taking up space that truly focused, hardworking, entertaining artists break their backs their whole life to get to, and many never do. For many, the disappointment doesn't come from expecting too much, but from expecting the bare minimum of effort, unity, and consistency. If this is what I got after all those years, I'd be hella disappointed. Despite mounting criticism, Deadline is commercially successful. Shows are selling out, especially in Western markets, where Blackpink's celebrity-driven brand remains powerful. Additional dates have already been added for London, New York, and Los Angeles. Still, many fans feel they're being shortchanged. Fans want them to do their jobs as a group. That's what people pay for. If I saw my idols doing what they did, I'd know my money is better used on groups that don't treat performing like an inconvenience. Whether or not Blackpink formally disbands after this tour, the Deadline experience paints a clear picture. The group no longer functions as a cohesive unit. The over-reliance on solo performances, lack of fresh group content, and clear disinterest shown on stage all point to a group that has either outgrown each other or no longer sees value in performing together beyond contractual obligations. For casual observers, this may seem like a harsh verdict. But for fans who have followed Blackpink's rise since Boom Baya, the contrast between their earlier fire and today's apathy is undeniable. In the words of one former fan, they're a girl group, but they're just for girls in a group now. And perhaps that's the clearest summary of where Blackpink stands today. Thanks for watching. Whether you see Deadline as a final tour or just another chapter, one thing is clear: Blackpink is no longer the group they once were. The signs have been there, and fans are starting to notice. For more K-pop deep dives and honest analysis, subscribe to HALLYUHEAT. No sugar, just facts. This is HALLYUHEAT. Until next time.